Ahoy and welcome back to episode 11 of the Dailey-Lumber Meyer podcast. How are we doing?
It gets easier to say every time.
Every time, a little bit easier. How's it going there, Sir Landy? How's it going?
It's great. It's great. How about you guys?
Good. I'm glad to see
Fantastic.
You've grown a substantial mustache since last time. Really getting ready for the episode.
I'm
Trying
kind
to
of
fit in,
disappointed that it's not curled up, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have it all.
That takes some time. So
It does.
How are you doing, Sir Lumber?
Oh, just great, man. Just a beautiful Saturday morning here in November.
Saturday morning? Don't lie to the audience.
That's what it is. Or oh shoot. Well, you just got a little behind the scenes look.
Yeah. It's daylight saving time, so it's actually Thursday here.
Right. That's how it works. That's right. Yeah. 3 days behind. Yeah. 2 days behind. Yeah, got it.
We've got some fun topics to talk about this week. Got a few shorter topics I'd like to knock out of the way before we get into the more fun topics of Elden Ring. We've got a bunch of Elden Ring footage.
Get that out of the way. Name drop right there.
I don't want to tease them too long, you know. We got we got to give them a little breadcrumb, you know.
Ooh, Elden Ring.
Oh,
Spicy stuff, man.
First things first. I got to show off my pickup from yesterday. I got this Zelda Game & Watch. You can see right here it is not in the morning. Apparently it's 1:55.
Nice. Okay, you guys just both flexed on me.
Yeah.
That's so rude.
I'm using this
apparently something I said.
case that they
Awakened Siri. We're gonna ignore that. It's the second of the Game & Watch series here. We got both of them here. Look at that.
Very good.
Mario, Zelda.
So on one of them is time stopped because the other one's on a clock. So
if I just hit time, it just goes back to the clock mode.
Yeah.
I was on game
pause,
mode.
so I thought you had stopped time. I was like worried for a second there.
Yeah, I'm actually working my way through the original Mario on this with infinite lives because I've never done all the levels in succession. I've always done the warp skips.
Right.
So I'm going through each level.
So funny that's the way you're choosing to play it.
Well, I played it like on every other conceivable way.
Yeah.
Might as well play it on my silly little time clock handheld.
That's so funny. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like, I bought the last one too, the Mario one. It's just a display piece. Like I don't actually play it.
So I was going to have this as a permanent desk clock, and then I discovered it dims out on its own. But I think if you keep it plugged in, it might just stay on. So I might fool around with that. It's gonna do
anything good for the battery though.
Battery schmattery, whatever.
Yeah, it would be cool though if there was like that one of those screens. I guess something like a Game Boy Advance screen that didn't have a backlight. If it went to like a like that, where you could just see the numbers on the screen, that would be cool.
A couple cool things with the Zelda Game & Watch. This one, I don't know if the Mario one did this. I didn't do my proper research, but the Zelda one does include the Japanese versions of all the games.
Oh, cool.
And those Japanese versions are the Famicom disk system. So it has more memory on it because it's a disc-based thing. So the music is different and much better. It has more more undertones in the music, and like all the sound effects are way different and way better. Specifically, the sword beam is like a completely different sound than what is in the American version.
I wasn't even aware of that console. That's cool.
Yeah, it was I think it was like a late revision kind of thing. Yeah, same thing. Similar thing happened with a Metroid. Metroid had a disc system version with way better music.
And it was the full name is the Famicom Disk System.
Yeah, at least that's what I call
the NES. The good old FDS.
Good old FDS.
Everyone has fond childhood memories of the FDS.
Yeah. Let's see. Next funny news. Sega and Microsoft have partnered up. Sega's going to be using Microsoft's Azure Cloud Infrastructure partnership to create, quote, super game. I want to be clear. We're not saying a super game. Super game.
Is that a brand?
No, it's super game. They're creating super game. Basically, they're a big investment. They're going to change gaming as it is. I just wanted to ask y'all, what do you think super game means? Is it
I don't have any context for this.
No one else does either. They're just we're partnering with Microsoft for super game.
I didn't know if it was is this a name of a service called Super Game?
They're making evidently a game they're referring to as Super Game. Is this like an MMO? Is it like a big live service game? Is it Sonic Adventure 3? What exactly is this?
I mean,
Yeah.
it could be the first competitor to that metaverse thing
Ooh.
that came out recently. Like, you're supposed to be able to play games with people in that too. So,
What is
like,
that?
who knows? Did you see the Facebook thing with
Oh,
Zuckerberg?
yeah,
And they
yeah.
changed their name to Meta, and
Yep.
so the
Yep.
metaverse is like, I guess, the environment that your little avatar is gonna inhabit.
We're all
So
gonna
Gotcha.
plug in a USB from our head to a
Heck
Dreamcast,
yeah.
and we're gonna
One
go
step
into
closer to the Dreamcast. One step closer to the
And then
Matrix. We're getting there, guys.
outside of it, we'll all act like Zuckerberg. That must be Angela, our head of VR.
I love that. I love that. Kind of off topic, but the that Facebook Meta presentation. When
Yeah.
Zuckerberg's like, "Oh, hello," like you just said it, like, but he says it like such a
Must be
robot.
Angela.
That must be Angela, director of
picture.
marketing for Facebook. Like, it's like, what is this? You
I love
strange
the picture.
lizard.
The picture of his bookshelf behind him. It's like, what do humans have on their bookshelf? Barbecue sauce.
Sweet Baby Ray's.
Sweet Baby Ray's.
Sweet Baby Ray's is like a Zuckerberg meme. So I'll actually give him props on that one. That's a deep cut of Zuckerberg.
Okay, I wasn't
memes.
aware of that.
So I'll give him some props on that one. That was more than
if
him
you-
just
if you
having
cut,
barbecue
I'll
sauce.
go get my Sweet Baby Ray's out of the pantry and put it back there as a little Easter egg.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It's funny because they're making this, or not this super game. They're making Super Game. They already have a big MMO with Phantasy Star Online 2 that they just relaunched like less than a year ago. So I don't know if it's like just gonna be like a big live service game. I feel like it'd be weird to have another big MMO after just investing in relaunching their already existing MMO.
Yeah,
Oh,
if
no.
they literally gave no context for this, I'm gonna withhold my impressions until I have some more context.
Super Game. And
I have no idea.
people saw there's been rumors of Microsoft buying Sega, blah blah blah. And people saw this, and it's like, oh, Microsoft's gonna buy Sega, but they're just using the same cloud infrastructure that like Microsoft, services out to like. I think Sony actually uses in some capacity some of their cloud infrastructure. But yeah, just thought that'd be a funny little thing to bring up.
That is pretty funny. I had not heard about that.
Couple more Xbox Microsoft newsy things. Forza Horizon 5 is the best launch for an Xbox Games Studio game yet, with over 6 million players, including those who downloaded on Game Pass.
I have mine installed. Yeah,
I
haven't
installed
tried
it.
it yet.
I also have not tried it yet. It looks very pretty.
Well,
it's a
and
lot
the
of
thing
fun.
is, like the first Forza Horizon I ever played was 4, and that one was really good. So the fact that this one's getting even better reviews,
Yeah.
I'm excited about it.
I just want to do goofy jumps off of
Yeah.
I'm not trying to race anybody. I just
Right.
wanna-
Well, what I really like about, even if you're trying to race, you can totally accessible in that way because it's not a sim. It is like an arcade racer, but
Yeah.
with a coat of paint that is like very polished and like it's an open world driving game, which you don't ever get. I've always liked how it's very accessible. So
one of my
I'm looking forward to playing
favorite
that.
driving games ever is Burnout Paradise. I played on the PS3. It's like another open world game, but that one was like super arcadey. Like you had like crazy boost, and you'd like fly and stuff.
Like Cruise and Blast.
Kind of like Cruise and Blast, but
like a real arcade game.
like completely open world.
Was Burnout the one where you could like get achievements for how much like property damage you did,
Oh, heck
like by
yeah.
stacking up all these cars and like
Yeah.
crashing into them and through them and stuff?
One weird memory I had about that game was I got to that game late and I wanted to get the platinum trophy on it. And there was like one trophy for like having like 20 players online meet up at this one place. I could never do it because no one was playing anymore. So I was like on these like weird forums trying to like collect people to like join me here. It never happened.
Please help me.
Never happened.
Oh my gosh!
That's not bad, man.
Comment below if you want to help Zach get his platinum for that.
Yeah,
game.
comment below.
Something to GoFundMe to help Zach. And
Yeah. I don't even know if that game like still like has like a PS3 like online servers. Like
Probably not.
Probably not.
I'm
I
gonna
think the game
guess
actually
probably not.
launched. They launched that game back on a PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. And like the PS4 and Xbox versions were like $20, and the Switch version was like $50.
Classic.
Yeah, it's just like come on. man.
Nintendo needs that bread, okay?
Yeah,
They
come
need to
Oh
get that
my
money.
gosh!
One more Microsoft thing, Sir Lumber. I mentioned to you yesterday that the Halo Infinite multiplayer was coming out on Monday, and like
Oh, yeah.
surprise announcement.
I didn't even look into that.
So
I
I
should
did a
believe
little
you.
bit, and that was I misunderstood the context here. Has it has not officially been confirmed. Everyone's just talking about it.
Oh,
And
classic.
the reason everyone's talking about it, there's several reasons. I'm going to read off some fun little things here. Basically, what I'm getting at is there's rumors that the multiplayer component of Halo Infinite is going to launch Monday rather than when the single player launches in December.
Like a month or
Yeah.
like 3 weeks
Yeah.
from the actual launch. Yeah.
And here's the little short lines of bullet points people are thinking. There's a line of code on the Xbox store that cites November 15th at 6 p.m. GMT as like the launch of that game. And it's also right when Xbox starts their 20th anniversary celebration they're having on Monday.
Okay.
Also on that celebration, it's the celebration of 20 years of Xbox, which is also 20 years from when Halo 1 came out.
Right.
And then also, something I didn't think too much about, but the Halo Edition Series X comes out on Monday.
Oh, yeah.
It just seemed like a random date at the time, like, oh, November 15th. It's like,
Right.
why not like the launch of Halo? So maybe so. And then according to HaloHub.gg, a Halo, like, I don't know if this is like a fan website or what this is. Halo Infinite's multiplayer servers are now accessible, and the first listed Fracture event is due to start November 23rd, while Season 1, Heroes of the Reach, begins on November 15th. So, people are really believing they're going to announce on Monday they're going to like shadow drop the multiplayer.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, something's crashing if they shadow drop things. Like,
yeah. There's no way that
Go
game
back
is going to
to-
hold up very well right then and there. But
Definitely not.
I mean, nothing's confirmed yet, but that'd be a cool thing to happen. I'm mildly interested in the multiplayer. I'll probably check it out. I'm more interested in single player.
The
But
thing is, I mean, I'm interested in both, but I would like that to be like my FPS multiplayer because I'm not big on Call of Duty and stuff. So, especially when this year, it really doesn't seem very appealing. I played Cold War for a while this year,
Yeah.
but I'd like for Halo to be like a multiplayer.
if there
thing
was
for me.
a better time for Halo to come on the scene, it's when Battlefield is having middling impressions and Activision's reputation is in the gutter.
Halo could really blow up.
yeah,
if
so-
it's not already
This could be a good chance for Halo to take some of that market share.
Yep.
The Game Awards nominees are announced on Tuesday. The show isn't Tuesday. It's just they're going to announce all the different categories and the games in each category. So we can look forward to seeing Cyberpunk 2077 in the Game of the Year nomination,
Right, for sure.
which would be fun. And then one more quick news. Metroid Dread lands in third place on the NPD sales charts. That's like the North American sales charts for games. Only behind what two games for October? Any guesses?
Mario Party?
No, Mario Party was the end of the month.
Oh, that's the end. Okay, that's right. I could try to remember what came.
Both
what came out in
multi-platform.
October. I mean,
Probably Call of Duty. Right
well, that
now.
came out in November.
Yeah. We got Far Cry 6 and Back 4 Blood.
Back 4 Blood. Really? It's behind those
Left
games?
4
Does
Dead.
Blood include the Game Pass?
No, that doesn't
People
include
that got
that.
it through Game Pass. Okay.
But
It's coming to Game Pass, though.
It is
coming to
notable.
Game Pass.
I think it's already
okay,
on
it's
Game
not
Pass.
there yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
It
I was
is
pretty
worth
sure it was-
noting, for some strange reason, Nintendo, in their strange ways, they don't give the digital sales to these people. These are only physical sales for Metroid, while the other ones
That
are.
would seriously bolster like their sales. I'm sure.
Why did you tell me that after? That means the stat means nothing.
Well, yeah, but
doesn't-
since then, this is what this whole news. This is what I was trying to get into. Doug Bowser released hard numbers to the press, and said that Metroid Dread has sold 854,000 units in U.S. alone in October. And while that number means really nothing to me, what that does mean to me is if they're telling hard numbers, that means they think it's doing well. And if they think it's doing well, I hope they make more Metroid games quicker.
Right.
That's what I
2D
took,
Metroid.
that's basically what I took from that. Yeah, 2D Metroid games specifically. That's what I wanted to get to. If they're confident enough to tell you numbers, that probably,
Oh, for sure. I mean, I feel like it has to be really good or really bad because
Yep.
companies will report on bad sales too. I feel like, and be like, yeah, we're gonna change directions after this or
Yeah.
something. Maybe
Not
that's more of a
Nintendo, though,
hindsight thing.
probably. That
No,
doesn't
probably
sound
not
like
Nintendo.
Nintendo's
Probably not.
personality.
But with the Switch being such a so much in the spotlight, nowadays, and I feel like it was really focused on stuff like their numbers for their software sales. Like they wouldn't have been able to get away without saying something, because especially with all the marketing they did for this game. So
yeah, I hope it does well. We've all played Metroid Dread. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Me too.
Y'all. But
I liked it a lot. Yeah, I think that I just had a couple preference issues with it, but overall it runs very smooth. It was kind of funny because the order I played the Metro games recently was I played Samus Returns. Well, I played the original Metroid earlier this year, but recently I played Samus Returns on the DS, which is pretty smooth but kind of hard to control because of the DS. But then I went and played Super Metroid, which is really clunky. Then I went to Metroid Dread. Yeah, super game. But then I went to Metroid Dread, and it just is very smooth, feels very satisfying, especially later in the game where you've gotten power-ups and whatnot. So
I went back and played Samus Returns after Metroid Dread and had the opposite experience. I'm like, wow, my hands are this DS makes my hands hurt.
The thing is, if you had played that on if somehow it was available on Switch, it would have been a very similar experience.
Oh, I'm sure it would
very
have.
Similar. So, yeah.
The game itself played smooth. It's just my hands cramped trying to get the holding the R buttons and also the top buttons is just they're too close together.
I know. I've got that beautiful DS back there, and it shows it right there. It's made for Pokemon. That's it. So it is most comfortably played.
I played on the Door Stopper, so
heck yes.
So
the blue door stopper.
My red door stopper's over there, but I've been playing on this
I
one.
have my red door stopper over there too, by the door.
Cool. Well, other than that, that's the quick news out of the way. What games have y'all been playing? Let's start with Mr. Landy over there. What have you been playing?
Let's see. So I picked up Undertale for the Switch. So I've done a couple run-throughs for that. There's, I don't know, over 20 endings or something like that. So I've done
20 times finish it, you're good to go.
Yeah.
I've
done three endings so far.
Oh wow! Okay, I didn't actually think you were gonna be going.
Okay, so if we want to get into it, so I did one just how I would normally play, just for fun, and then I did a second one, and I was trying to be pacifist, but I accidentally killed the first enemy I encountered because I thought
the first enemy you encountered. When you told me this earlier, I assumed it was at the end. You messed up. You killed the first person.
I killed the first.
I was trying to be a good driver, but I hit a pole the first time I got in the car. The first time I got behind the wheel, hit a pole.
Hit a pole, and then it was flawless the rest. But I thought I should have just restarted right there, but I was like, nah, let's give it a shot and see what happens. I was like, it's probably gonna be okay still, right? And it was like, no, we know you're a bad man.
You killed that man.
All the NPCs knew that I was evil for killing a frog instantly.
It's like when you kill a chicken in Skyrim, right? And
exactly, it was. I went to River something anyway, and killed that chicken, and every NPC for the rest of the game was like, no, I don't like that guy.
I know you're partially serious here, but I did that exact thing in Skyrim the first time I played. I literally went there in Riverwood, I think it's called, and I killed that chicken. And
Riverwood,
the whole game changed right there for me.
I think I had heard about that before playing Skyrim for the first time, so I was like, gonna pass. Gonna pass.
Anyway, back to Undertale.
And so then I completed that run through, and then I actually did fully pacifist and finished that a couple of days ago.
So the second time did result in a completely different ending.
There's one NPC that will not interact with you if you have killed anything.
You killed somebody.
So that NPC did interact with me that time, and it does change afterwards. Everybody talks
just like
to you
real life. That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's crazy how that works.
Kill one person and people don't want to talk to you anymore.
Exactly. I mean, mostly everybody was cool with it except for this one person. So it wasn't really like real life, but it was kind of like real life. Everybody else was cool, but then just one person wasn't down with murder.
Not really a good guy. Yeah.
Other than that, new Apex season. Been playing that. Having some fun with that. Picked up Far Cry 6.
Oh, nice.
Started that a little bit.
Anybody who's actually played it, because Zach, you haven't played it, right?
No.
Yeah, I'd like to hear some impressions.
Yeah, we can go into it now if you want to talk about it later. But it's fun. It reminds me a lot of just the way the layout is of Ghost of Tsushima. There's points of interest and different things that you have to do to like liberate that point of interest, and then it's spread out over these different islands that you go to for different parts of the map. So I'm really not that far into it yet, but that's just kind of the first thing. And then obviously it's an FPS, so that's completely different. But
have you played any other games in that series?
I played Far Cry 5. Yeah, played that one.
Does it feel like an improvement? I never played any of those games, so but this one seems I'm seeing good stuff about it, I guess.
Yeah, I think, and I played way more of Far Cry 5, obviously, but Far Cry 5, it felt like at certain points the story was like crippling you. Like you couldn't do what you wanted because the story was just like, come back, you know. And so far, not so with this. But I think you will have to get into the story to kind of advance yourself to different islands and stuff. You start out on a tiny little scrap of land where you have freedom to just go wherever you want, but I think they're going to be like, hey, so if you want to go anywhere else, you're going to have to play our game, you know? Yeah. So
how's Gustavo Fring's performance?
It's good. I was kind of like, you know, they kind of hyped it up in all of the commercials and stuff. But like honestly, the render of his character, like you can tell that he did more facial expression than the actual 3D model is doing. Yeah. Just because like you know him from like Breaking Bad and stuff, and like you know like his face did like some subtle things there, but you can't see it in the game.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, some of those on the nose like characters that look like actors, you can really tell it kind of shows how much more robotic the renders are than reality. So you know, they took a risk.
I like that. I love that Giancarlo Esposito meme where he's like smiling, like he gets all angry.
Yes. He starts laughing,
so
and
funny.
then I was acting.
Like,
I was acting.
I was acting.
Yeah. I was acting.
Well, cool. Sir Lumber, what have you been up to? What have you been playing?
Oh man, well I've finished, according to my list, 4 games since the last time we recorded. So
nice.
Metroid Dread, of course, just finished that last weekend. Recently played through Halo 3 ODST with a friend of the show, Bird Dog Gaming. And,
friend of the show. Friend of the podcast.
Friend of the podcast and the show, whatever else.
Y'all can speak for yourselves.
Fair enough. For Halloween, I finally went back and finished the first Little Nightmares, which is a very short game. I had played for, I guess, a couple hours. Game? A very, very little nightmare of a game. And I played, I guess, for a couple hours earlier in the year, and literally just took a couple more hours, so probably 3 or 4 hour long game, unless you want to do like the DLC and stuff, which I do have the complete edition, so I could go back and but I got my fill.
Save it for next Halloween.
Exactly, I'll do the DLC for next Halloween. Just last night, I finished Tales of Arise on PS5.
Nice.
Mr. Daily B and I have been talking a lot about that on our own. I don't know if we talked much about that on the podcast, but
no, have not.
Very good game.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Very grand in scale and very anime. So you gotta love that.
Very anime.
So those are 4 things I finished. I'm playing through Halo Reach right now with Bird Dog. I've got game. The Halo Reach is actually it's one of the probably it could be my favorite of the Halos so far. It's like I really like some of the stuff they've thrown in there with like the vehicles.
Yet?
You can. So there's like a power-up system, and one of them is to sprint, and it's on like a cooldown. But it honestly doesn't really feel like it. It recharges very quickly. And the other one, I don't even know what the other power-ups are. I haven't. You start with the sprint, and I kept it. I'm like I need this. I need the sprint.
Drop shield is one.
Yeah.
I think there might be like a jetpack or something. Yeah. But yeah, no.
I don't care though, because I'm not gonna switch.
Imagine a real world where people like on our planet where like only some people could sprint, like how much of an advantage in life they would have.
Well, it's so funny being this like Spartan warrior and you're just walking.
Yeah.
It's just like I don't know.
Walking at a brisk pace.
At a brisk pace, yeah, and you could jump high and whatever, but having the addition of the sprint, even though they incorporated it in a kind of strange way, is great. I'm sure I don't know much about the other Halo games, but I'm sure they've just gotten progressively better. ODST was kind of weird, but it was still, I think, a step up, like graphically for sure. But Reach is probably my favorite so far, and probably halfway through that. The goal, though, is to get through. I still have 4 and 5 after that. I'm trying to get through those before playing. I will get through those before playing the Halo Infinite campaign.
You got a month.
Yep. So also have recently picked up SteamWorld Quest on the Switch. I've dabbled in that. The Hands of Gilgamesh, yes. That one is fun. You know, it's got the same card mechanics, card game mechanics as something like Slay the Spire, which is pretty cool. You have like a deck and it gives you a random hand each turn, and you know do different moves. So I've only put like 30 minutes to that because now that I finally finished Tales of Arise, I have kind of a lull in my gaming until
you have your life
Pokemon. Back. I do have my life back because that was, you know, I put like 70 hours into that game, so
yep.
It's a big time RPG, and I'm all about the big time RPGs. So it was a really good time. And the other thing that I may end up starting on PS5, I don't know, because I like to have something to play on. I may end up starting Kingdom Hearts 1 because I picked up the all-in-one package for like $15 from Best Buy. I got it for a steal. It's 10 games, man.
Now, is this Kingdom Hearts 1 or Kingdom Hearts 1.5?
Oh gosh, it is that. It's whatever the latest version.
Okay.
Parts 1 is. It's like 1.5 remix something. I don't care. It tells you the order to play them in the menu. It's very nice about it. It has an order in the correct order. I'm gonna play them. I don't care what they're numbered. But yeah, so I may start that, even though it's another potentially like 30-hour. I would assume RPG. I still may start that just to have something on PS5 because I don't know what else is really coming up. You know, besides maybe some multiplayer stuff on PlayStation until next year.
PlayStation's a little light until next year.
Yeah, so I mean, honestly, the biggest thing on my radar, which we'll get into coming out next year, so may just try to dabble in like things that I missed over the past several years on PlayStation, something. Unless I'm not thinking of something right now.
I can't. I think it is a little light on the PlayStation front. Next couple.
Did you ever pick up Returnal? I know you don't really like that type of game.
No. I'm not huge on roguelites, but that one seems a little bit more approachable, especially because you can now save in the middle of runs.
They did update where you can save now, so.
Yeah, so and I've gotten heard a lot of good feedback from you, Zach. So I do want to play that, and it routinely seems to go on sale for like $40. I've seen it in several places, so I may pick that up, and it's a PS5. Like I should, but we'll see. Maybe around Black Friday, I'll keep an eye on deals for that, and just to snag it. So, Have you played that, Landy? Oh no, you haven't.
Yeah, we should have run into it when we did the in person. But
Kicking
I'll just
down
have
the
to...
Yeah.
horizontal.
Oh man, you're gonna have to for Elden Ring, man. Get yourself a PS5. That'll be worth it.
I know
for sure. I know there's time to come by.
I know.
Yeah. we were talking about it before we started. He's working.
Yeah, it's you're working on getting it. Yeah, that's the grind, man. I think that they come in stock often enough to where you should be able to get one. Just like kind of diligent about it. Like you should be able to get one. Yeah. But yeah, that's about what I'm playing right now. Lots of games finished recently, so that's felt good.
Cool. As you mentioned, I also was playing Tales of Arise. I liked it a whole lot. It was I really liked the combo system and how.
So satisfying.
I
felt like a pro by the end of the game.
Oh yeah, I felt like a maniac.
So natural. It was.
But my
great.
controller's probably a bit worn down from the R1 button being hit 6,000 times.
That's. We're gonna see the same thing in Elden Ring. Assuming they follow the same combat, controls.
In Elden Ring, I hit like R1 or Dark Souls R1. This game, I was just like hitting that bad boy like constantly.
Yeah, that's true. And then R2, man, they put R2 for those who don't know on the dodge on the trigger.
Yeah, a very strange dodge, but
very weird. But I got used to it, so it's gonna mess me up for future games.
Yeah, yeah, definitely in my top 5 of the year. Maybe even top 3 games. I haven't quite decided where it lands yet.
Yeah.
I've been playing through the N64 games on the Nintendo Online expansion pack thing.
Have not yet bought that.
Yeah.
I think what I need is even more of a dip than I have right now because it's only really a week in Pokemon. That's going to take over my life. But I need more of a dip in games to play so I can pick up something like, whatever else. Ocarina of Time, for sure, I want to play on that. But the $30 is a little bit
this bad boy.
Yeah. I went back and forth about whether or not I should get that controller. I might if it comes back in stock. I'm seeing stuff about not coming back in stock next year.
2022.
So maybe that's what I'll wait for.
Yeah.
So and it's funny because Angela, for those who don't know, my fiance bought the Animal Crossing DLC. So I know I'm going to get it for free, but I can get exposure to while she's playing it.
There you go.
So yeah.
Yes, I'm playing through those.
That's the other benefit of that.
Playing through those, I'm gonna do a review soon of all the games on there, which will be fun.
Nice. How many you got left?
The only game I have yet to capture footage for and play is actually Ocarina of Time. Ironically, I'm not playing. I played through to completion about 5 of them. I'm not gonna play through all of them. Like I'm not gonna play all of Ocarina of Time again.
Right.
But,
It's kind of crazy how many are on that service right now that are really short games. If you're just talking about from start to finish, finish them.
There are several short games. You also mentioned the SteamWorld Quest. I bought SteamWorld Quest because it was on sale. I also bought SteamWorld Heist, which I started SteamWorld Heist instead.
That game looks fun.
It's
Not for a while.
It's like a turn-based strategy game. I've been playing it for a little over an hour.
It's got the perspective of like a 2D platformer, right?
Yeah, it basically looks like SteamWorld Dig in presentation, and there's some like well, I guess you call it like the hub. You move around like you would in SteamWorld Dig, but the actual gameplay is like a turn-based like cover shooter strategy game. It's pretty fun. I like it. It takes into physics, like you can bounce bullets off of all these walls.
I've seen gameplay.
So
it's cool.
It's pretty cool. Probably gonna play through that here before Pokemon next week. I think that's all I've been playing really. So let's I guess we're ready to jump into our topics of the day. We mentioned Elden Ring, but we have one other funny. I think it's funny.
Possibly more important. Let's be real.
Possibly more important. You're right.
Possibly.
I'm personally a really big lifelong Pinocchio fan.
As everyone knows, true fans of the podcast know the Daily Beanie is a fan of Pinocchio.
Geppetto was a father figure for me growing up. So this new game, Lies of P, which is Lies of Pinocchio, which is just such a.
We assume.
Yes. I apologize.
Yeah.
We assume. It could be anything. It's like it looks to be a Bloodborne inspired. Like Souls-like action game. And
Bloodborne is probably the more accurate comparison given the setting and it seems like the speed of the combat probably.
Yeah.
More so than it's like a traditional Dark Souls game. Bloodborne's a good comparison.
Before I get y'all's opinion on it, I'm going to read this excerpt off their website.
Synopsis? Oh, all right. Let's hear it.
You wake up at an abandoned train station in Krat, a city overwhelmed by madness and bloodlust. In front of you lies a single note that reads, "Find Mr. Geppetto. He's here in the city. Play as Pinocchio." Oh, damn it, Siri. I said city, not Siri. Apologies. Play as Pinocchio, a puppet mechanoid, and fight through everything in your path to find this mysterious person. But don't expect any help along the way. And don't make the mistake of trusting anybody. You must always lie to others if you hope to become more human. Inspired by the familiar story of Pinocchio, Lies of P is an action Souls-like game set in a cruel, dark Belle Epoque world? E-P-O-Q-U-E, epic, whatever.
Yeah.
All of humanity is lost in a once beautiful city that has now become a living hell filled with unspeakable horrors. Lies of P offers an elegant world filled with tension, a deep combat system, and a gripping story. Guide Pinocchio and experience his unrelenting journey to become human.
Wow.
So, what do y'all think about this game?
Well, Landy, go ahead. I'll let you go first.
I watched the gameplay trailer and I was actually kind of excited for some things. I'm sad that they actually have that on their website because kind of like the tradition, at least so far with Souls games, has been to not really like get too into the lore, like actually establishing stuff and just kind of let the audience sort of thing and stuff. When I watched the trailer for it, I was noticing that like Pinocchio's left hand seems to be almost like a Sekiro type thing. Like he was like grappling enemies and pulling them in, and then there's a scene where he like has a super punch where he punches through, and like there's a parry mechanic and stuff. So I was thinking that like maybe Pinocchio is like already partially like human, and then just like his arm and stuff is like.
Yeah, that's an interesting thought. It's like all that's left, puppet size.
Yeah, but
It's like
he's a mechanoid, not that.
Like
yeah,
kind of like Cyborg in DC Comics. Like Geppetto's like his dad keeping him alive.
Yeah. But his
that was my theory.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's weird.
What else? So all in the gameplay trailer that I watched, it was all over the shoulder, so we never see what Pinocchio looks like. I'm interested, like, how do you? I mean, there's no way you can take, this cartoon puppet and make it look in such a way that's like gonna be.
Is
cool.
your progression system gonna be like, oh, my Pinocchio is level 15, level 20, level 30? Like
well, I was
you gonna be like hitting people with the nose at some
like
point?
a hollowing thing. Like the more you lie, the more you become hollow. Like the same. Yeah, dude.
Well,
I'm telling you, like tinfoil hat, man. I'm here.
Yeah.
Well, the thumbnail for the trailer, I'm actually gonna look right now. I thought it had like a picture of, I presume Pinocchio. Yeah, if you look at the thumbnail for the trailer on YouTube, I don't know if that's Pinocchio or some other weird looking puppet, but that may be like a
mechanoid.
I'm sorry. My bad.
But it was clear that like the other puppets that you're fighting are like
mechanoids,
way more robotic, moving.
You gotta drill this in. Mechanoids.
Way more robotic moving, and so clearly they have some sort of like corruption.
Yeah.
Upon stuff. There was big swords that Pinocchio was using, so that was super cool. So I don't know. It looks interesting. More power to him for being able to use all these big names.
It's funny to me that like the game looks genuinely badass, but it's like Pinocchio. Like what a like random like. I guess he's part of the public domain, so anyone can grab Pinocchio.
I think that it's good for them for doing something unique.
Yeah, for sure.
Why not? Assuming it comes out in a time where I have some time to play it, I don't advertise it, but
yeah,
I'd like to try it.
You've got to assume there's got to be some sort of like, what is Pinocchio known for? Lying and his nose gets bigger. There's got to be some sort of mechanic with like.
Oh.
It even says you must always lie to others if you hope to become human.
Right. They may take a twist on that instead of having literally grow his nose.
What if he turns? What if like when you lie, you turn more into a mechanoid? Like you're like, or maybe more to a human, I guess. Yeah.
Mechanoid.
What are your thoughts, Sir Lumber? You got any thoughts there?
One thing I'm trying to remember if I am remembering this correctly, but the first time we got to look at this game, is it not set sometime in like the Black Plague or something, or is it just? I thought they said that being the setting.
All it says is a city overwhelmed by madness and bloodlust. Okay. God damn it! Not Siri. City.
Yeah.
Overwhelmed by madness and bloodlust, which just sounds like Bloodborne. That just sounds like
that's true.
Totally.
I didn't know if it was like taking some spin on the Black Plague, from back then. But I can echo a lot of things. I think it looks pretty interesting. I think it could be very fun. I don't know. If, could be around when it comes out. I don't know if window.
I think it has. I don't think it has a window yet. It's being made by like an indie studio, which is weird because it looks pretty high quality.
And that is interesting because there's lots of these, games coming out. Several. One other one I can shoot. The one set in like ancient China.
Oh, the one where you're a monkey.
Black Myth. Wukong, I think.
Wukong, Black Myth, yeah.
Yeah, so there's a couple of these games coming out that are like, Souls inspired, obviously, and they look like they could be pretty good. I just want to get my hands on them. I actually haven't played that many like Souls spin-offs. The prime example I have is I played the Neo game. Mm-hmm. Those are really good. One thing that I hope this game is not is level-based, which Neo is. I'd like it to be, more open than that because that was a good spin on it, and it's good to have options. It looks cool. It looks very gritty and Born-esque. I like the abilities that they're throwing in there, similar to like Sekiro with the robotic arm. So again, assuming it comes out in a time for it, I will try it. What do you guys think about it being a full price game or not? Because I feel like some of these games could be like a $40 game or something.
Who knows, man? If it's like a full length like Soulsborne. like, and it's quality. I mean, yeah, I'll play full price.
Well,
But who knows?
there was that game that came out recently. Shoot, I sound so uninformed right now because I'm forgetting the name. But it was not a full price game, but it was heavily inspired by Dark Souls. Shoot.
Oh, WarioWare Get Together was only $50.
I'll have to look back on that one. But that's one that comes to mind too. Something that's not full price. So you never know.
I liked that grapple thing he had where it pulled the enemy at him. That was cool. All I hope, my biggest hope for the game is that the big twist is Geppetto is the last boss. And at the end of the game, you walk in, Geppetto's there, you find him, Dad? And then he gets up out of his chair and he says, "Tonight, Geppetto joins the hunt." And then you fight Geppetto. And it's just a repeat of another inspired game's last boss. But yeah, it looks cool. I'll keep an eye on it. There's no release date yet, no real time window. But it looks fun. I'll definitely keep my eyes on it.
I just got the name of the game I was thinking of, Mortal Shell.
Mortal Shell.
Yeah. That's another recent Souls-like game that I did not pick up, but also looked pretty good.
Cool. Any last thoughts, or want to move on to the less anticipated Souls game?
Oh boy. You can keep up that charade for a little bit longer.
A little bit longer.
I am super pumped for this one.
So this week, I guess it was probably a week ago now, Bandai Namco released like a 15-20-minute video of Elden Ring preview footage, like different gameplay. And they also there's like constant previews going on right now. I have not watched any of those previews of like people streaming the game stuff, but I did watch the Bandai Namco gameplay footage, and I think it looks like a good time.
Incredible.
Yeah, it looks really fun.
They could be doing something. I feel like people throw around this, what I'm about to say, too easily, but like something on the scale of Breath of the Wild.
Would you say it's the Dark Souls of open world games?
You mean wait? Well, possibly. It's exactly what they're doing. I think it's what people have been waiting on, for FromSoft to do, and I think that it could be big for sure. It looks very good.
Yeah.
Sounds like I'm gonna sink a lot of time. It almost
looks too big. Like I'm gonna wander around aimlessly for hundreds of hours.
Right. Well, I mean, get randomly ambushed. It'd be great.
They showed that in the thing. Let's just get into it. Looks like there's big open world areas you explore, and then there's like dungeon like.
There's like the whole map, but then.
And there's more traditional like, corridor Dark Souls like levels within, which I think is a good idea. I'm wondering if you can like mount your horse inside those buildings, or if they'll like.
Probably not.
Like,
I'm gonna say probably not.
Yeah. But it looks really cool. It looks like Dark Souls to me, like more so than like there's Dark Souls look. And then there's like, Bloodborne and Sekiro and stuff. This looks like Dark Souls.
They have, the FromSoft games have like so I wouldn't be able to articulate. They are very recognizable across. It has that look. So that's how you know what to expect. I feel like, it's probably easy to overhype this, but I feel like when has FromSoft ever like delivered something bad? They really haven't.
In the modern era, FromSoft was a pretty weird studio before Miyazaki showed up. I mean. Yeah. Once Miyazaki took over and they started doing Souls games, they've been pretty quality consistently.
Yeah. Yep.
I think it just looks like Dark Souls with a jump, and I prefer Dark Souls to Bloodborne. And I'm sorry, Sir Lumber, but Sekiro's just never really grabbed me.
That's okay.
But this looks like a more typical Souls game with like level ups and like different weapons.
I think for your gaming honor, given someone who claims to be such a big fan of that company, you should try Sekiro.
I know I'll like Sekiro. I just haven't got it. Hasn't made me play it yet, I guess.
No, but there are a lot of things that are in Sekiro that they're definitely pulling over. There's some stealth elements. The jumping, it's it's gonna. They're taking everything. It's like a big, they're collapsing all their games into one.
Yep. What do you think, Sir Landy? Or what's your top level thoughts?
So
here?
I watched just gameplay footage of somebody that was basically streaming essentially.
Yep.
And I noticed a couple interesting mechanics that I wanted to bring up. The first one is resting at this game's version of a bonfire. It's called a grace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Side of Grace.
Resting at one of those, one of your options is to change the time of day.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I've seen footage of it at night. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
so
cool.
that like got my head just spinning about all the different things that could mean, and I'm thinking like you could be in some sort of like spider forest, and all these spiders are chasing you at night. And then like the sun rises up and the spiders all go away, but then now like dogs are chasing you. Like I'm just like
certain bosses only appearing.
There could be day-night bosses.
Yeah.
Grinding
Oh my
for
gosh.
items, but you have to make it daytime over here, then get the item and make it nighttime over there and get those items.
So there's a crafting mechanic, and some of the crafting materials only come from enemies.
Yeah.
So yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And just going back, resetting, turning it back to night. The other thing that I noticed, Brendan, I don't know if you've seen, but the grace itself is like a little humanity. Just
I didn't. It's what it looks
floating
like.
around.
Yeah.
So that was a cool tie-in. But yeah, the system looks exactly the same. I mean, your weapons are down in your bottom left with your Estus. You can reallocate them whatever way.
I do hope they have traditional
the demos,
Estus. I hope they have traditional Estus and not like consumable.
You mean like you have 8, and when you rest at the side of Grace,
that's one thing I don't like about Bloodborne or Demon Souls is constantly having to get, especially Demon Souls, is getting more of the healing items, having to grind them out.
Sekiro was more traditional with like the flask that you drink from. It would replenish. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're gonna be pleased because I know one of the mechanics that they went through about the grace was like changing the allocation. So if it was consumables, I don't think that would be the way that they were.
It's like Estus and MP basically.
And FB, yeah, exactly. The blue and the orange, basically, whatever.
Yeah.
The other thing, so I don't know if you guys applied to be part of like the groups that's testing it right now, but I sent in my application or whatever. They asked you like what FromSoft games you've played and everything. So that's like the people that are playing it right now. I think that started this past week at some point.
Yeah.
But I don't know where I was going with that. But anyway, so yeah, I mean,
I'm guessing
so they're
that's like
starting
a sectioned off
game.
part of the game. Is it like a vertical slice?
I think so. As far as I can, I didn't watch too much because I didn't really want to get too spoiled. But I was kind of watching like what they're seeing from like the start. They are starting kind of almost with how you have in Dark Souls, like your character build. And I don't know if it's more built out than like the very start of Dark Souls 3, but I think it looked pretty similar. Of like if you start with the Pyromancer, like you have a fireball. If you start with a knight, you're dressed up like a knight. And so that's.
Sorry. I have a fireball. I'm dressed up like a knight.
I think we could be friends.
You're level 5, You're not like this black mage pyromancer with a witch hat and everything. You're it's pretty simple to start with. But yeah, parry mechanic, backstab mechanics, all kinds of stuff that I got from just the 2 or 3 minutes that I watched of this guy
playing. Did you watch
so
the actual gameplay reveal, like the 20-minute thing too, or did you only watch these people like streaming?
I only watched them because I didn't want to watch too much.
Yeah, the only thing that I watched was the like official thing, and I don't think I'm gonna watch anything else. But there was a lot of cool stuff.
The movement options in the game, and they showed this. Like you can talk to an NPC, and he's like, "Oh, you can go over here, or you can go over here."
Right.
Just the different capabilities you have to move, just the fact you can jump, it's going to have so many different outcomes for how you approach something.
Like, where you're talking about that NPC, it's in this big old castle, and you can literally like jump from like a balcony to a ledge and like walk around. It's like it adds so much verticality and like complexity to levels that you're going to get that flavor of Dark Souls level design, but then the freedom to be like, oh, I want to go over there on that tower. I'm going to do that. So it's going to. That's why I think this game is really going to consume a lot of my time. Similar to Breath of the Wild, because you could just climb stuff. You could just, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's.
One thing with Dark Souls, there's always like the, like the hidden bosses, but like. Yeah. Most of them are pretty. Like if you're pretty thorough, you'll find them. There's a couple in Dark Souls 3. There's like a whole section that's like weirdly hard to get to. But the fact that this is open world, I feel like there's gonna be so many side bosses that you just don't come across your first playthrough until you look it up. Like you're not gonna find that.
Yeah, that's how I play these games, or that's how I prefer to play them. Is going completely blind. Watch a little bit of
on the first run
footage, but go the first run and understand that like, I'm not going to be able to do everything. But then I like to replay the games and understand. Okay, what? Someone tell me about the lore.
Yeah.
Like, let's go watch a Vadi video and tell me about the lore.
Yeah.
And then I go replay it and understand like where this thing is, boss. What the different mechanics that I missed. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's I'm super excited. One thing I was going to mention about the Graces that I didn't get to, the Graces have like a Ghost of Tsushima like thing where like the wind will blow like the Grace, like a light will come out of it to the next Grace, almost like if you need to know like get nudged to where to go, it'll like kind of tell you where the next objective is. Which I think is a cool idea, or you could just like ignore it and do whatever. I wonder how like open world it's going to be like. Is it going to be like a Mega Man game where I can fight any boss in any order? Or is it like, you should fight this boss, and then you should fight this boss, and you should like...
Well, the thing about... I mean, I know that there's probably some degree of scaling in the Dark Souls games, but it's also dependent on, like, how you level up.
Yeah.
So, I think that... from what I've heard, I think there's going to be with especially the big-time bosses, there's supposed to be like different areas.
Yeah.
Like different lords or whatever.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be some...
demigods.
Yeah, that's the word I've heard too. Yep.
Yeah.
Mechanoids.
Mechanoids.
Apologies.
I knew I'd heard that word before somewhere. It must have been.
Here's one thing. So you can level up at the Graces. You can talk to the Shrine Maiden equivalent of this game. I forget what it's called. But you can level up at the Grace. But there's also a hub area. What do you think?
I haven't seen anything about that.
Yeah, they just like kind of threw away a comment like there's going to be a hub area. What's going to be there? Just like merchants, you say, from the overworld, I guess? Like
it could be like a little like settlement or something. That would be kind of cool.
I wonder if that's like in the overworld or if it's like a whole new like...
Well, if you look back at like Dark Souls 1, there's the Firelink Shrine.
You have to actually go back to it.
Dark Souls 1 was like much more interconnected.
Yeah.
Dark Souls 3. So, yeah, it could be something like that. It's like a little desolate like settlement, but there's a bunch of NPCs scattered.
Yeah.
But it is connected overall. So I bet it'll be something.
Yeah, that could be cool. Because like Dark Souls 3, the Firelink is like
completely
you can't get to it.
Yeah. Yep.
Speaking of NPCs, in the gameplay demo, you meet a big pot fellow. I forget what's his name.
Alexander.
Alexander, also known as the Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Andrew, he's just a giant pot.
Dude, Ed, have you seen this? Have you not seen this guy? Oh,
imagine like a Zelda pot in someone's house, those big pots, and then make him like gigantic, like
huge,
like
with arms and legs.
Like 10 feet tall, like 20 feet wide, and he's got arms and legs.
Yeah, I think you need to go look him up. I think you need to go look up Alexander the Iron.
You know that boy's gonna be full of Estus soup.
Oh, he is the Sigurd. He must be.
He must be. They show him stuck in the ground. He's like, hello. He's like calling for help, and you go up to him, and he like asks for you to give him a nice wallop, and you pull out this like big old club, and you just smack him in the back, and he comes flying out.
So good.
So I wonder if
it was so funny because it was like they showed like some open worldy stuff for the first couple minutes of that 20-minute trailer, and then they just showed him.
There
was no music or anything. It was just like your player walking up and
hello. I wonder if he's gonna be like like Sigurd is in Dark Souls 3, where like you find him throughout the game, or I wonder if you like save him once and he goes back to your.
There's a colony of pot men.
I think there is. I think there literally is the little pot guys in the game. So I'm pretty excited to meet Alexander. I want to befriend him. I want to get a pot. I played Dark Souls 3 primarily as the Katarina armor set.
Yeah, once you had access to it and the stats for it.
Yeah, I want to play full pot set. I want to be like a giant pot with a sword.
For sure.
It's going to be great. Well, cool. Y'all have any other Elden Ring thoughts or hopes, wishes, dreams?
Well, one thing I'll comment on also that they showed a couple the gameplay slice. Bosses can like ambush you like randomly.
Oh, like I guess you.
Like the dragon.
Are they sub bosses or what do they call them? Like the
who knows?
The open world bosses. Yeah.
Yeah. They can just like I feel like.
I wonder if those are. I wonder if those are named or if it's just like dragon. Super
right.
game.
Yeah. Dragon with a health bar.
Something like that.
Yeah. Who knows? But I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
It sounds like a Skyrim mechanic of like you would just be walking around and an elder dragon just comes out of nowhere. Oh man!
Speaking of
gotta take him down.
Speaking of bosses, obviously the Souls games are really well known for their bosses and like the figuring out the bosses and their difficulty, yada yada. The fact that they added a jump means they have so much more ability to make these way harder. Like,
yeah, well, you get that taste from Sekiro. Like, that's the thing.
It's like oh, you can jump now. Well, you're gonna have to use that jump to beat this boss.
That was literally you. Like sometimes your only option was to jump or something, and very quick reaction time. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm pumped.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. It comes out in February.
February 25th.
February 25th.
It was pushed back to, but honestly, that works in its favor.
Yeah.
It works in my favor. Maybe
because it's not next to Pokemon Legends Arceus anymore.
Yeah, exactly. So I can devote my life to that for a month.
Yeah.
There's a lot. It's the Venn diagram's basically a circle.
Yeah, it's all a circle now.
For those two games, so you just have to be really careful. Yeah,
you have to be really careful. Can't have those Pokemon. Hey, there's dodge rolls in Pokemon Legends now.
There is.
Like,
oh man.
That's another whole discussion. That game's gonna be fun. Yeah, but now Elden Ring's coming up against much stiffer competition. It's a week before Project Triangle. Triangle Strategy.
Oh, it's not Project.
Not Project anymore. Just Triangle Strategy. So I might have to put down Elden Ring for that. We'll see.
I think given how little time I have to play games nowadays during the week, it's going to be tough. Like having more than one thing. Having something along.
Yeah.
The thing I'm going to go pick up like every night. Like
I think Elden Ring's going to take the spot for me. Just like. Especially now it's open world. I don't even have to like. Sometimes in Dark Souls you get stuck. Like, do I really want to like try this boss for 30 minutes? But like, I could just wander around for 30 minutes.
I'll come back when I'm over leveled.
Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty damn excited.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Any other thoughts?
Well, they did reveal a collector's edition, which I did snag.
You say reveal like you don't already have it pre-ordered. Like they revealed it. Like
well, I wasn't implying that I didn't get it, but looks really cool. I mean, we'll see if it ends up being worth the money. But I think this game is like incredible. So I just wanted to snag the collector's edition. So
did I dream this up, or are you talking about the version that has like figurines and like all kinds of stuff?
It has a little
Yeah.
It has that. It has an art book. It has a steel book.
Okay, yeah.
And then a digital soundtrack. But it comes in this really cool box that I think, if I can find a place for it, may be a good way of displaying. Like the statue opens up. It's got like this cool like artwork in it. So
does it come with the titular Elden Ring?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, you have to build it yourself. It's like a Lego set.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Lego set.
Yeah.
Now's the perfect time for me to show you my question block Lego set.
Very good. Very good.
Sorry, it's just within arm's reach at all times.
Yeah. Even at work, you bring it in the car with you. At your desk.
Well, cool. I have one more thing for y'all. As I like to end this on a game of sorts.
Very good.
We're talking about games coming out, in a few months, or Lies of P could be whenever, but. There's a game coming out next week that I know I'm very excited about. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl.
Oh boy.
So I have a Pokemon-themed little trivia game for y'all. I think we've played something like this on the podcast, but I got a point structure now, so we're gonna basically.
Cool. Are Andrew and I against each other?
You're our teams.
Okay, so we're collectively trying. Oh, yes. We're on teams or on one team?
A team. Sorry, a team.
Okay, so we're collectively.
You were on teams, which also means you're individual.
It's me with the voices in my head against Brendan with the voices in his head.
Yes, exactly.
You don't know how many voices I got up in here, so could be an advantage.
Worried.
So there are 8 regions of Pokemon, so there are going to be 8 of these.
Okay.
I'm going to read you multiple choice, and you have to tell me which of these 4 things is actually a town in a game. Okay.
Oh man.
And so I'm gonna read you multiple choice. You have to tell me which one is the town, and then you have a chance to get bonus points here. So the town is one game, and then you can say what generation it's from. That's another point. If it has a gym, I'll spoil it for you. They all have gyms. Okay. What gym has? Let's see. Name, generation, the number of the gym, the type of the gym, and then the harder one, the leader's name. The gym leader's
Those
name.
I do not remember. So.
Yeah. If you can get all of them, you get an extra point. So you have a possibility for 6 points for each category.
And there's 8 questions?
8 questions.
Oh my
so I have little rankings for you too. If you get between 45 and 48 points, you are a cheater. But you win the Pokemon League champion ranking.
Okay.
35 to 45, you are Elite 4.
You are a cheater.
25 to 35, you are a gym leader. 15 to 25, you're a rival trainer. 5 to 15, you're an ace trainer. And 0 to 5, you are youngster Andy and youngster Brandon.
Man.
So I'm pretty certain you'll get more than 5 points. But
yeah.
I'm going to try to keep track of which ones you get here. I'm just going to so on my screen, they're in order of the generation. I'm not going to give it to you in order, because that way you have to actually guess which generation it is.
Right.
So, are y'all ready?
I think so.
No, but go ahead.
All right. So I'm just going to read down the list. Which generation is this from, and which is the real town? Algae Wood Town.
Oh gosh.
The Holy Kingdom of Fargus. Moss Deep City, and Kyotoville City.
It's
All right. Moss Deep. It is from Gen 3.
Yep.
And it is a psychic gym. It has twin gym leaders. It's like Ann and Liv. I think are their names.
I'm not, Is that really one with twin gym? Okay.
Yeah, they have like a Soul Rock and a
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
What number gym is it? What number gym is it?
Maybe Lunatone. Okay, it's gym number 7. It's a Soul Rock and a Lunatone. It's not Ann and Liv. That's a different twin.
I don't remember their
That's
no way.
not their names. This is the last one that I need. Is their names, right? I don't know if I'm gonna get it. But I know they finish each other's sentences. Like they're like telepathically linked and stuff like that. It's their gimmick or whatever.
I couldn't tell you their names. I'm not even gonna contribute on that one. No way. You'd be total shock.
No, I don't have anything for that.
It's
Sorry, I can't
Tate and Liza.
Oh, you said Lee.
Yeah.
Nice. That was
So
close.
that's 4 points. I'll put 4 points here. So y'all are currently still youngster and Andy and Brandon.
Right. Don't give the audience the impression that Brandon is my name. I don't know
All
if
right. Next one. We've got Snowbell City, Firestone City, Rockfall City, or Freeze Flame Galaxy.
Oh, Snowbell sounds right, but also, what was the third one he said?
Snowbell, Firestone, Rockfall, or Freeze Flame.
Rockfall sounds like one that, maybe it was like Gen 5 or something.
Yeah, Rockfall could have been Gen 4 too, even. Not sure.
I thought, see, he says Snowbell, and that reminds me of, like, Jim in Gen 4. Oh.
I mean, I'm happy to go with that.
The thing is, if that's right, if Snowbell is the one, then I'm pretty. I won't get the gym leader. I remember the other stuff. So, you want to say it's Gen 4?
Run with it.
I want to say
is it Snowbell?
Oh, sorry, Snowbell. Yeah.
Snowbell's correct.
Gen 4.
Not Gen 4.
Crap.
Ooh.
Really? Man.
So should I reveal the generation? I guess so y'all can
Because we already lost that, yeah. So we're not getting all 5.
So it's Gen 6.
Gen 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ouch.
That's Pokemon X and Y.
X and Y. Ooh.
I've only played that.
That makes it tough. Yeah, me too.
So we need the number gym, the type of the gym, and the name of the gym leader.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
I feel like we can be pretty confidently say it's probably an ice gym, but it may not. now that we're not.
Just go with it. It's an ice type gym.
Ice type gym.
What were the other questions? The name.
The number of the gym and
the
the name of the gym leader.
Is it? I'm gonna say it's the 8th gym.
8th gym.
Nice job.
If you get this, I'll give you 30 points.
I cannot even picture. I didn't even get the gym right, so I can't even picture what it looks like. The other things were just guesses, so I have no idea what the gym leader's name is. No clue.
It is Wolfric. So
Oh, now that you say that rings a
Dude, now I
bell.
want to go back and play X and Y. I'm gonna have to do.
So we got 3 points there. So you currently have 7 points. You are an ace trainer. Y'all are ace trainers.
Very good. We've come out of the hole, and we are not our incorrect names anymore.
All right, let's see here. Let's go to this next one. Okay, we've got Pack on top, Roll on side, Stow on side, or Montana.
It's still inside. That's Gen 8. Yeah.
Stow on side,
Yeah.
Gen 8.
Now, the number of the gym is tough. Is it full? Stow on side, I think, was the town that had, depending on your version, didn't it have a different gym leader?
This is correct.
So I need both of their names.
I'll give you either. I was going to give you either the you can get either type,
It's
either
rock,
type, either name.
So rock or fighting. Gordy is one of them, I thought, but I won't commit that as my answer.
So you can put since you did put out there's 2 different types. You can guess 2 different types and 2 different names, and you get credit for one if you get it.
I'm pretty sure. I'm just talking to Andy. That Gordy is the rock gym option, and there's a fighting one. Yeah, just I know I have a Pokemon sitting in that binder over there that is her, but I can't remember her name.
Isn't it like Bea or something? Bea?
It starts with B. Yeah, she's the fighting.
But is that
I
the
know
right
for sure.
one? Because there's another town that's the same way. That's the
Oh,
Ghost
there
in the
is. It's
Berry.
Yeah, that's right. But this one is I'm Stow on side is
Okay.
these 2 we're talking about. I'm pretty sure.
I'll follow you. I'll follow you there.
So what are the names?
I'm with you.
Well, you said Bea. I think that's right. That's the fighting one, and I'm pretty sure Gordy is the rock one. So I don't know. I know Gordy is, because I also of him, but now I'm questioning myself.
Well, because you had sword, right?
I had sword, yeah.
As your version? Yeah. So I had shield. So I think that we have both sides of it. Like I'm not remembering a rock trainer at all. I'm just like completely blanking on it.
Go with Bea. I think or Bea, however you say that name, is the fighting type.
Bea, the fighting type. There we go.
And Gordy is the rock, right?
No.
You have that written down?
If that's the case, it's not this town.
Okay.
The other one is Alistair, the ghost type.
Oh, so okay, I had it mixed up.
Oh, see, like I said, it was the
I'm
ghost
glad we
and
went
the
for it.
What gym number is it?
Yeah.
You want to go for the favored 6 points?
Like it's in the latter 4. I'm thinking like 5. But that game I've also only played once.
That game specifically, I didn't do the actual main route towns, but like one time, and I did the wild area a bunch.
See, and Sword and Shield is just a funny one, and it's got the problem of also being Jin, so I'm not going to restart it because I have all my Pokemon in there. But yeah, I only played through the main route. I barely remember the main routes, the open area and stuff so much after that. So
I'm fine going with 5 and just risking it all, man.
I say 5 is the number.
It is the 4th gym.
Oh man,
4 points.
See, I felt like it was still on that board.
It's right in the middle.
Game, yeah.
All right, let's go here. We've got Chartreuse City, Meridian City, Viridian City, or Greentown.
Okay, Viridian.
Okay, so Viridian.
Now, is that Andy? Is that Gen 1? I get this one confused because I can't remember if I'm thinking of when you go to it in Gen 2, like back in Kanto, like if it's actually a Gen 2 city.
So one of them was all colors, and that was the same one that had Lavender Town.
Isn't that Gen 1? Oh, no.
And Viridian is obviously one of the other colors.
Right.
But I'm trying to remember if that's Gen 1 or Gen 2. We haven't narrowed down, but Gen 2 makes it. Well, wait, so do we get... I mean, can we get... If it's in both games,
I'm not going to give you credit if you guess Gen 2. I'm not going to give you credit since it's in both of them. We're talking base game.
I thought I had a loophole, Brandon. I thought I had a loophole.
I think I definitely played Gen 2 more than I played Gen 1. So I can't remember if it was one of the ones you encounter in Johto, or I think it's a Kanto. I think it's Gen 1. If we can't settle on something,
I'll follow you all the way.
Gen 1.
Gen 1.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
It's literally the
Nice.
place you go to after Pallet Town.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's not.
Which would
That
mean.
means it's not Brad. That's where you fight Giovanni then. And wouldn't that make it the 8th gym?
Not only though,
I'm
because
not
remember,
committing.
I think it had. Yeah. Didn't it have both gyms? Like, wasn't it like a loop? Like you started there right after Pallet Town and you fought the first gym.
I don't think that's where you fight the first gym. I think you go there after Pallet Town, but isn't it like blocked off
Okay.
a tree or whatever? Isn't that, I
Maybe.
think,
Yeah.
is that not where you fight Giovanni?
Or there's a guy standing in front of it or something
Yeah,
like that.
something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
It's something possible. I mean, we know
Because
for a
if that's
fact
the
that we
case-
fight Giovanni there, so we'll
Yeah.
just go with that.
But that's where you fight, I guess, Blue or Gary, whatever his name is. In Gen 2, go to Kanto. That's where you fight him there. Like, yeah, you fight Gary. Or Blue. Whatever they
Gotcha.
call him.
Who cares?
But
about
that's a
that?
trick question then, because that would make it not the second gym. It would make it, or the first gym. It would make it the 8th.
Well, yeah, I assume he's going in the order that you fight them, so
Yeah.
not in the order that it appears in the game.
Right.
So
Okay, it's the 8th gym then. And then you fight Giovanni. And then what are we missing?
What's his type?
Oh, he's ground type, I think.
Ground type.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
really thought that Gen 1 was going to be too hard to hide. So I didn't try too hard with the names because I was like, they'll immediately recognize Viridian.
Yeah.
right.
All right, so that was good. You got 6 points on that one since you got them all. So let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3. We got 4 left. You're halfway there.
Nice.
Sweet.
And how many points do we have?
6. You need 600. So you've got 10, 13. You've got 17 points. So you're a rival trainer now.
Oh, sweet.
Pretty good.
Nice.
Pretty good. Next one, we've got Canalave City, Volcarock City, Upper Cathedral Ward Town, or Castlegate City.
Oh, gosh. Oh, man.
Canalave City, Volcarock
think
City,
it is
Upper
Canalave.
Cathedral Ward Town, or Castlegate Town.
For some reason, Canalave is tickling like a very distant Gen 5 memory. Again, a series. So
What's the last one again?
Castlegate Town?
that one sounds like something that is in Gen 8, but we've already done Gen 8.
Right.
So
Yeah, so it can't be.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm torn between this Volcarock and
I
this.
got good feelings
Uh,
about Upper Cathedral Ward Town.
I applaud you.
That
for
is
that
from
one.
a
That's funny.
game. That is definitely from a game.
Upper Cathedral Ward Town. Yeah. I don't want to take over this. So if you feel more comfortable with one of the
No,
other,
I can't.
I was gonna
I'm
say-
torn between two pretty equally. So
I think I'm gonna say
you've decided
Canalave.
on one. Okay.
Yeah.
Canalave?
Nice.
Okay, so what do we have left? So
Number of
Generation.
gym, type gym, generation, and the
Well,
gym
I mean,
So
type.
he's gonna tell us
Oh.
once we answer wrong. So wait,
Yeah.
should we just try and guess the name and just get it and then build it backwards, or should we just
No.
the name of what?
of the gym leader?
Oh gosh, I'm not gonna be able to. I'll tell you right now, I'm not gonna be able to get that. But
Well, okay.
especially
anyway.
if it's like Gen 5, like I'm thinking, then I don't remember that kind
So
of
should
thing.
we go generation or should we go type? Or should we go? I don't know. The name of the town doesn't really like tell you. Like
Oh, I'm
some of
trying to
them,
think.
you have Snowbell and you can just be like, ice. Like yeah.
You know, another tough one for me is going to be like Gen 7, remembering names of things, because even though I technically played through those games twice, because I played Moon and then Ultra Sun, so for some reason they just didn't stick.
So what are we going with first? Are we gonna try and guess a generation here?
I think that's our best bet, but it's not going to necessarily help me either way. So
Well, we know it's not from anything 3 or before, basically, because it's not from Gen 2.
no,
Um,
yeah, and we have Gen 3 already, so
we have Gen 3 already and Gen 1.
it's not.
So
Let's think about Gen 4 for a second, because I'm gonna be embarrassed if it's from Gen 4 and I don't remember. I don't think it is.
it's been a long time since
Yeah.
I played that game. I'm like really gonna be pretty much going into it fresh
Yeah,
with the
I
remaster.
think it's 5 or 7. I kind of want to
Um,
say 5. That's black and white. So
Okay.
Gen 5.
I'll follow you.
Dang, is it Gen 7?
Ah.
You can tell
it's
us
Gen
now.
4.
That's Gen 4.
Ah.
Oh, dang
He
it!
got you.
Cantaloupe.
Got you.
Oh, I'm so embarrassed. It's my favorite generation Pokemon.
You'll
been a
be
minute,
able to re-experience it soon.
I know. Okay, so I would tell you right now, I'm not gonna be able to get the gym leader's name, but now I'm trying to think about the type.
Well, yeah, we should probably go for type first because we can probably get order if you remember the order. The type.
Oh, I forgot about that being the thing. Yeah. So
Yep.
Gen 4. I'm trying to remember. There's like a port town that has a steel type gym leader, and I think that's either 6 or 7. Camelave. Now I'm fixated on that. Now
on
I
this
want to
game
say
so much.
okay. Now that's all I can think. Steel type.
Isn't there a rock type
Yeah.
gym in that game as well?
First gym, I think.
Like, is it like a play on words of like cave, like canalave, like it's like a cave thing, or?
It could be. It's a good point, actually.
I'm just trying to spitball here. Like, I don't know. I'm not trying to pull you off if you really think it's that steel type one.
Now I'm stuck on that one too. I'm stuck between those two because I do think it is like rock or steel. Like, cause canalave, cave. Like, I'm thinking about that kind of stuff. So, which I may be able to, if I sit here and think, if it is the rock Gen 4, if I really think about it.
There's a flying type in. Let's just go through all of them. There's a flying type one in that one, right?
Yep. There's electric for sure. There's
electric.
Ice. Such a fake fan right now. Man, I think
we're in the same boat.
We can commit to rock or steel. I have a better chance of getting the gym leader's name if it's rock, but I'm probably not gonna remember. What do you think? Which one are you gonna go with?
I'll leave it up to you.
1 point. We've already really lost this one.
Yeah.
I'll go with what you.
It's what type? Sorry, you cut out.
Rock. Rock gym.
So you had the right idea with the typing in the name. You should have stayed with can, which are made of steel in this world.
Oh, you had it.
A steel can.
Alright, well, I don't remember the gym leader's name.
You said like the order is like 6 or something?
Oh, I keep forgetting that's
stay
one.
with that?
I'll say 6.
6.
I'll stay with that.
The 6th gym is
Nice.
steel.
Nice job. So wait, the theme of that one, they were all like dock workers, right?
Yeah.
Like they all had hard hats on.
I remember that. You go from that town. You can like take a boat to like an island. It has to do with that NPC that has Lucaria, which I remember that. From Fun. So.
So maybe we could get like, is it like is it like Dockmaster,
no,
or some bullshit?
Darkmaster Geppetto.
Rugged looking dude.
I'll throw you a bone. His name is a play on words too.
His name is a play on words. Is that what you
said? Or a play on word, I guess.
Metal Man.
Play on word. He's Doc Hudson.
I don't think it has to do with water. I think it has to do something with steel. I don't know.
Great.
Watch his name is Steel. His name is Steel.
So y'all have any last second guesses?
No, I don't. Unless you have anything ready.
We'll pass on this.
So we got Steel, and then there's Iron. His name is Byron.
Byron. Oh yeah. I remember.
So that's 2 points there. 2 points. See, so we got 3 left. 3 left.
Okay. So that one, I'm sad that the Gen 4 one is where we took a big hit, but it's okay.
I believe in the two of you. All right, here we go. We've got Runeford City, Steel Rock City, Mistralton City, or Bomb on Battlefield.
Give me the first. Kick out Bomb on Battlefield. Give me the
Steel Rock City, Runeford City, Mistralton City, or Bomb on Battlefield.
For some reason, the first 3 all sound right. I think I don't know about Steel. I would say Mistralton? Is that what you said? Is that the third one? I think you made that up. Good for you.
Yeah, it's
was like,
it
give me the
sounds
second one
like
again.
he pulled that one.
Runeford City.
Steel Rock, Runeford, yeah.
And Bob on Battlefield.
Runeford is tickling something.
You know why I think that one's reminded me of Dewford from Gen 3.
Yeah,
I
that
think
might
he's
be
trying
it.
to get us there. I think it
Yeah.
could be Mistralton or Steel. Or maybe Mistral. I kind of want to stick with that.
Well, let's think about what gens we have left, right? Okay, so we have Gen
And
2
5.
and 5.
Definitely not 2. We have 5 and 6 and 2, but 2 is not.
No, didn't we already do 6 as X and Y, right?
Oh, sorry, 7. 5 and 7.
So it's 7.
Yeah. You have 2, 5, and 7.
I feel like 5 could be Steel Rock. Like some of
Oh,
those they just kind of mailed it in, you know. It's like,
They
but,
just
I don't know.
They were not gonna put much effort into this one. Oh man, that's a good point.
Although,
Mistralton sounds familiar to me. I don't know why, and I don't think it's something Zach could come up with.
if you wanna send it, I'll follow you.
Let's go
You
Mistralton.
down that road.
Mistralton is correct. And let me tell you,
All right. I think we're pretty
Mistralton,
confident. Go ahead.
Runeford was a play. So I read Mistral originally as Mithril. So then I made Rune and like Mithril.
Yeah. Oh wow.
So it's
the way your brain works, man.
Yeah.
So
it is Mistralton City.
Okay.
Okay.
Now,
do you think that's from Gen 5?
I'm pretty confident saying Gen 5. Yeah.
Gen 5.
Okay. Now that's about all I have from that. So.
This town is unique in that it adds a gameplay mechanic to the game.
Wow. Now, what were the gameplay mechanics in Gen 5? That were unique. Now, are you saying it added like an HM? You got one?
Something similar to that. It added in this town. Not an HM directly, but something kind of.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think. Gosh, you played Gen 5, right, Andy?
Yes, I have.
I don't remember what was unique about that game. Like if I'm thinking Gen 6 with X and
The
Y.
one thing that I think of as being like the gimmick of that game was like they had certain parts where they would zoom out like really far from your character, and certain towns where they would like camera would change and like zoom in. So it wasn't like 3D, but it would like the camera would change with you. I think you might have had follower Pokemon in that game. I don't know.
Here's another hint. The mechanic, the name, and the type of the gym leader are all plays on each other.
Mistral sounds like. What does it sound like?
Well, if he thought of like
missile,
heal and orb and stuff like that, then maybe that's what
Mistral.
we need to go with.
Yeah. So maybe it. Ooh. There was a Pokemon in that game, like a jouster. Remember? He's got like the helmet on.
Escavalier.
Oh,
yes.
Escavalier.
Escavalier, that's what I'm thinking of. He's got. Was that Gen 5 or was that Gen 6?
I think that was the one where they had to like fight each other or be traded like against each other to like evolve.
Yeah. Right. That's true. Yeah.
There was like the two bugs, and you had to trade them at the same time, and like as they crossed each other or whatever, they like evolved.
So funny.
I don't know.
Mistral. I keep thinking like missile, like mistletoe, and I'm thinking plants. I'm thinking.
Yeah, no, I was actually thinking more along those lines too. But I don't know if that's right.
That's all I got to go off of what.
So what order have we been going in? We've been guessing the type next, Zach, is what we've been guessing?
Yeah, I think so.
I think we.
You can do it in any order, but I think it's what y'all been doing.
We've done a couple different ways. It depends on how confident we are, but I mean, it's going to be complete guesses on all these other ones. So.
Let's just guess a type then.
Okay.
I'm saying it's grass.
Grass.
I can't remember that game.
It's not grass type. It is a flying type.
Flying type.
Remember the hints I gave you earlier.
Flying type. Do you want to say it's like an early gym?
So the flying type gym, I thought you came to go fight them right after you came out of the cave that has the gear the gear
You
Pokemon
remember?
and the
You remember a lot more
Joltics
than I
in,
am.
because you could go back and get a Joltik and like get it up, and it would just like steamroll everybody.
I think Joltik is Gen 6. Is that not Gen 6?
It's in Gen 5 too, I think.
Okay,
I think.
never mind then.
I think so.
The little the
So
little
you think
spider
are
guy.
you saying it may be Alexa?
So I'm thinking that it's what I'm saying is I'm thinking
Oh,
that
no,
it's
you
later.
already said it was fine.
It's
Sorry.
later in the game, because I
Yeah.
remember going through that, and that was like a pretty tough part. Like I think it's
Which part?
above.
6?
I
7?
wonder. Yeah, maybe. Or 5.
I'm just gonna lean on you for this one because
Yeah. So the other thing that I just thought of is I bet Zach is not repeating the numbered gym, so he's not. Well,
It would
actually,
be
wait, did we
nice.
already have 8? Did we already have 8 twice?
We
the
had
snow
You
was
have
the
had
last
eight. You
one,
have
and
had 8
Giovanni
twice. You had
All right, that goes out the window. All
it's
right,
like when you're taking a test and you're feeling it's like there's
C, 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 C.
I don't know about this.
It's gotta be.
It
It's
can't
been
go in
A, B, and
order.
C the whole way up, and now
I got-
we have to have a
That B
D
would
at
look
some
really
point.
good in there.
We gotta have a D.
I got
I'm
B 4
fine,
times in a row, but I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine guessing 5. Like I think it's
That's
later in the game.
I'm fine with that. Let's go 5.
It is 6.
Ah, dang, you're on the right track again because it was later.
So close.
Later game.
Yeah.
The Mistleton, the 6th gym, is a flying gym. That is, who is the? I said it's all play.
Yeah.
It's all play on each other.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
But just, is it gonna be like
So
Birdman?
I can no. It's a girl, and I can picture. I can picture the sprite. Because I think she has like pilot goggles, and it's like goofy looking or something.
Again, you remember a lot more than I do.
Yeah, no.
Go
'Cause
into your mind palace.
I remember.
Go in
I'm traumatized with flying gyms because of Winona in Gen 3
Winona's
with the
hard.
illegal Altaria.
Yeah.
With the illegal Altaria
Oh, yeah.
and like nothing before it to help you. You know, you go through this like grassland right before that. Like, what am I gonna get out of there?
Yeah.
Freaking Breloom to come fight you? No,
Yeah.
it's gonna get one shot. So traumatized, and the same thing probably happened there because like I had to go back. Oh, I know why. Embor was my freaking starter, so fighting type. he did
Fighting
correct.
type, that's right. Yeah.
So I had to go back and train that Joltik up. I think I did, and got him up to a Galvantula or whatever it is
Nice.
to just kill everybody. But I'm not gonna come up with the name. I think it. Yeah.
I don't know. Is it like
No.
I'm thinking? You said goggles, like she's a pilot or something. Is
Is it what?
Amelia? Like Amelia
That
Earhart?
would be funny.
Her
That
name
would be funny.
is
I don't.
Skyla.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was comically.
Now that you say it, I totally remember.
The mechanic added there is there's an airport in that town. You can fly to other towns.
Say that again.
There's there's an airport in that town. You can fly to places from that town.
I see.
2 points.
Yeah.
So you have 2 places left.
Okay. Well, we
Alright.
have It's Gen 2 and Gen 7, I think.
So
Yeah.
so this next one, Azurewood City, Cyanwood City, Ilex City, Noki Bay City.
Siamwood sounds right.
Well, say them through again.
Azurewood City, Ilex City, Cyanwood City, and Noki Bay City.
Okay, I think he's trying to trick us with.
With what?
Ilex City. I think he's trying
Okay.
to trick us with that because I don't
Okay.
think it's the name of the city.
Okay.
I think it may be Siamwood. That sounds right, but now is that Gen 2?
I'm not. Nothing's ringing about. Azurewood kind of sounded good to start, but Gen 2, all the towns were named after something as well, right? Like Gen 1 was all colors, and Gen 2 was something else. Like there was a pattern to it, I thought, but maybe I'm just making that up.
There's a pattern.
Yeah.
It may have been colors also. Because it's Cyanwood. Cyan's why does that sound so familiar? What was the third one?
Azurewood, Azurewood City, Ilex City, and Cyanwood City, and Noki Bay City.
Noki Bay City. You know that one
It's
now.
not bad.
Well, I'm coming back to it because Gen 7 was like Hawaiian based, and that sounds like a name for like.
It's from Mario, I'm pretty sure.
Is it really? Okay, good. Okay, good.
Yeah.
It's where
Okay.
the Noki Bay, like the poison water, sunshine.
Oh gosh, I played that game and I don't even remember.
Yeah.
You look up in the sun.
That's right.
Gotcha. Okay, then now I'm pretty confident. It's Cyanwood. I think.
Okay. I'll go with you.
Cyanwood.
Cyanwood.
Nice.
Oh, I think it's spelled like Cian.
You are correct.
Okay. Now.
That's where I got Azurewood from. I was like, Azure.
Yeah.
Azure.
So, I don't remember that being in Gen 7. That doesn't sound right to me. It doesn't sound like what they would there.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Gen 2.
Gen 2, the gimmick in Gen 2, they're all like wood names, like mahogany.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
Gen
so
2.
Gen 2.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Cyanwood. Now I'm trying to remember. Was that really early? Like right after the forest? Because he said that's why I think.
Well, should we go for order first, or should we go for type?
I'm trying to remember which one I have a better shot at.
And I'm gonna be clear
Well-
here. This game you can fight a lot of the gyms in a weird order. This is the like number. If you looked up what number gym this is the number.
Like
it is.
where the badge goes on your. In your
Yes.
Okay.
I kind of want to say like 2 or 3 for Cyanwood, but I'm not sure.
I mean, do you want to go for order first, or do you want to go for type? Does it
Again,
ring any bells for what type it could be? Like
Grass type.
I don't know
maybe?
why, but so who's in that game? Like it's Koga, right? Is
Koga's
one of
a
them?
poison, yeah, but I don't. That's that's
Then
fuchsia. That's fuchsia. It's Koga.
okay. Oh no, that's Gen 1 though.
Oh shoot. Then
That's
Koga's
why.
Gen 1.
See, this shit gets confusing because you fight all of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Um,
Exactly. It's really crossing like because I played
Yeah.
Gen 2 so much.
So I know the only one I can think of from Gen 2 that comes to mind right away is like there's like a fighting type that's right in that mid range of gyms. You can fight like what are going to be numbered 4, 5, and 6 probably like in the same
Yeah.
order kind of a thing, or 3, 4, and 5 or something.
Right.
I think we have a better shot trying to just guess the type
Okay.
and then get the order from that. I mean, well, yeah, the order's not going to tell us anything either way because, like you said, it's all out of order and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's 16 in that game, so
Yeah.
So I mean, what are the types in that game? You have there's a water type, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I think there's a fighting type. I mean, by the end of this, there's gonna have almost every single type because it's
Yeah.
Gen 1.
I'm trying to think if the name
Mixed in
gives it
there.
away a little bit. And cyan in that shade of like.
Yeah, but it's
Green.
CYAN.
Yeah, but I think it's still kind of the.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
No, we can go on that vein and try and guess water. I'm down with that.
Well, we haven't had water yet, so. Water type.
It's a fighting type.
Dang it! Oh, you were right, Andy. Dang it.
And his name is like the smallest play on something you do. I mean, it's I wouldn't even say it's a play on fighting, but it's like
Punch.
kind of
Punch Man.
Punch Man.
So
This
let's
is the
try.
guy that you get the ability you'll get your Hitmonchan from, then, I guess? Right?
Is that
Or is that Gen 1?
Gen 1 or
I'm all
Gen 2? Yeah.
Gen 1, you the fighting dojo gives you Hitmonchan or Hitmonlee.
Yeah.
Then never mind.
It's
I'm wrong
not,
again.
it's not the same here.
Oh, so this is the guy that has a Poliwrath, then, maybe? Or is that still Gen 1? I mean, let me pop open. I've got,
Maybe that's why you thought it was the water type.
what's that?
Maybe that's why you thought it was the water type.
That's why I went to water type. No, because cyan's blue and water's blue. Okay, let's just throw something out there for the order because we're not going to get the full points anyway.
Yeah.
What do you think? Is it like
later? Now that's fighting
later,
type.
earlier?
I feel like that's a little bit later.
Okay.
I'd be comfortable saying like maybe 5. I don't know
I'm
why we
with
keep
ya.
going back to 5. 5th gym.
5th gym.
Yeah, 3 points.
All right. Now,
And his name?
So, okay, his name, I know what it's not, because in Gen 3 it's Brawly, which is a a play on words, but it's gonna be something similar to that. It's gonna be like and Knuckles. No,
You could also meet this as just like a regular 50-year-old white man in America. That could be his. This
yeah,
name
that's
could
what
be.
I'm worried. That's what I'm worried about. Man, I don't know. Any ideas, Brendan?
I'll give you another hint. It's 5 letters.
Oh, maybe it's Blake, like Block Blake, but that's not really a 50-year-old man name that I'm
I
thinking.
feel like isn't there another gym leader named Blake or something like that? Blaine.
Probably,
Blaine
that's
is what I'm thinking of.
Probably, yeah.
Shoot, we're really struggling here.
Is this the one where he's like under the waterfall?
That's why I'm thinking
He's like-
Polygraph. That's
He's
what I
got
was.
like the waterfall like
Yeah.
pushing down on him, and he's like, "This is how I trained myself."
Yes, definitely.
I can
Yeah.
picture that, but I can't think of his name.
5 letters. Something basic you can do in fighting.
Yeah, and also any like 50-year-old man off the streets
Yep.
name.
Yep.
Really? Huh.
I don't know.
And if you're ready, we can just chuck this one and go to the next one.
Let's check
Yeah.
it.
Might as well.
What's his name?
His name's Chuck.
Anything else we needed?
That was it. That's
got the
3,
three, okay.
3 points.
Yeah. We missed 2.
Last one.
Okay. I still think overall we've done.
How are we
Got
doing
the-
on score? How are we doing on score? Can we get?
I don't want to
can we
spoil
get
it.
into
We
the
got
top?
one more. We got
Alright,
one more.
Alright. Fine.
So we got Haleakala Observatory, Mauna Loa Observatory, Mauna Kea Observatory, or Hokulani Observatory.
The first one sounded right to me.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Let's do it. I'm not gonna get any better just thinking about it.
Yeah.
It is not Mauna Loa. It's Hokulani.
That's not what you. That's not what you
said
said first.
Which one did I say first? Mauna Loa, Haleakala, Mauna Kea.
That's the one you said
and
first was Haleakala.
I remember the H. I thought you said, okay.
Yeah,
then you did.
Haleakala is the one you said first.
So I was reading them all
Alright,
again to start over. Mauna Loa, Haleakala, Mauna Kea, and Hokulani.
I was remembering the H.
Yeah.
I want
Hale-
that one. The second one. Yeah.
Haleakala.
Haleakala.
It is Hokulani Observatory.
Dang
Oh.
it. See, the H though is there.
Yeah,
It
you're
is
right.
there.
You're right. Okay.
Um,
You
But
should know
that's the one-
You should know the generation.
it's Gen 7.
Gen 7.
So this one was weird because Gen 7, the things don't take place in like towns per se. They're
Right.
just like in places in like the
Yeah.
islands.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
This one's on the Ula Ula Island.
In case you were wondering, yeah. Extra points if we guessed that. Dude, you took away our points.
Well, what was
So, electric, pretty sure, because
I was
they had
gonna say
those
that too.
bugs, the charger bug, and the
Yep.
yeah. So
Let's go electric. Okay, cool.
yeah, nice.
So
Now
we've
the
got
order
we've
is-
got the number and the name of the trainer.
Ooh,
Name of the trainer, forget it. There's no way. Not gonna get that.
I can't even picture. I can't even picture what it is. Like maybe like a fat guy or something.
I mean,
Could be a fat guy.
it could, I would say you're on the right trail there.
Okay, I'm
It's
gonna
like
say
that. Is it that fat ginger guy? Anyway, okay. What number though? That's gonna be hard. I know that was right before a place where I would go kind of often late game to shake one of the trees because it had like some of the later berries that were like good, either for like reducing EVs or giving EVs. I can't remember which, but I think probably like reducing them. So I would like go by there whenever it reset to like try and do it.
yeah.
So I'm
So,
guessing somewhere later in the game. Not
6.
sure. You
I
say
was
6?
thinking. I said 6. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go with it. 6.
It
6
is the
Gen.
5th trial.
Jeez.
We
And the name
switched so many of those.
The name I'm almost wanting to give you half a point because you've described him.
Up to you. I don't think a half a point's gonna matter, but
Yeah.
If half a point makes the difference between one threshold and another, then I'm happy to take it. But I don't know. I couldn't tell
I'm
you.
not gonna see your
It is Sophocles. The little
yeah.
Wow.
So I'm gonna give you 2.5 points
Picture
there.
it now.
2.5
And
points.
he was right about the description.
Yeah, he's like a little ginger kid, like a.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Fun
remember
fact.
Doesn't he have like Pikachu like face paint or something like that?
I think so.
Anyway.
Fun fact: all those so it was Hokulani Observatory. All those other ones were names of observatories in Hawaii.
You suck,
So,
man.
Mauna Kea, Mauna Loa, Haleakala are all observatories in Hawaii.
Fantastic.
Yep.
That's diabolical.
Yep.
It is.
And before I give you your score, I wanted to tell you, I forgot to mention, you mentioned Koga in Gen 2. Koga is in Gen 2. He's the Elite Four in that game, and his daughter is the gym leader.
Right.
All right, so you got 6 points in Gen 1, 3 on Gen 2, 4, 2, so 6, 9, 13, 15, 17, 20, 22 and a half, 26 and a half points, putting you in the gym leader category.
I'll take that.
Congratulations.
All right.
Y'all are
Nice.
certified gym leaders.
Nice. Could be Elite
Together
Four.
only. We have to be a doubles.
Yeah,
trio.
you're like Tate and Liza. What's your type? What's your
Yeah.
typing?
Oh man, what is our typing?
Normal type.
No. There we go. Normal. We're like Whitney. We're gonna have
or your dad in freaking Gen 3.
Oh, you mean Norman?
Norman.
Yeah, Norman.
Norman, the normal type? Your dad?
Norman, the normal type.
Yeah.
Your deadbeat dad.
Your deadbeat
who's
dad.
like, great job. Not gonna talk to you for the rest of the game.
Yeah. I'm gonna stand
Back
here.
home. I'm just gonna be here. Yep.
Well, cool. Well, that's where I turn on my thanks for watching thing and cover Andy's face again. Thank you everybody for watching. I thought that was a fun episode. Y'all earned some honor back with the your gym
Some
leader
back.
status in the Pokemon game. Maybe you'll earn even more honor back when we all play next week. That'll be a fun time.
Yep.
So
Sweet.
Thanks to everyone for watching, and we'll see you back on episode 12, probably a month from
I
now.
don't know. I was thinking of that when I was titling my.
11 or 12.
I don't remember.
My playlists. Come on, I know I have a playlist. We have 10 videos in the playlist. So I'm gonna say that means that
Well, did you in the playlist? Did you put any of the like one-off things?
No.
No. Okay.
those are in
Just the ones that are
random
titled,
discussions.
Gotcha. Random discussion. Got
Yeah,
that.
so we're on. Oh, this is back when before I cut my hair. I had like a fucking like.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. This is episode 11 then.
Sweet.
All right. Last cup of water.
Is that still? Are you still working with the same haircut that Kelly cut, like most recent? Or is
Yeah,
it-
I've had one haircut in the last like.
Oh,
year.
okay. Well, I was gonna say. I mean, she did a good job. Like I props to her. Like, pretty good job, man.
She combs it for me every morning as well.
And sings to you while,
Yep.
while combing.
You're brushing my hair. All right.
It's like an unreasonable, like ornate, like comb with like diamonds. That's very creepy. She just
Yeah.
hold it.
You'll be a real boy one day.
Man.
All right, I'm glad I got that all recorded.
Yeah.
Um,
my goodness.
Nice.
Yeah. Good stuff.
All right. And 5, 4, 3.
Usaris passagots Advicadas in grani Fachabas for beauty